In this video, let's have a look at the types of selectors that we have. One more time, the slides and the PDF will be provided so you can download and then follow along. So we have 4 types of selectors, and one is called the simple selector. And number 2 is called combinators and pseudo classes, attributes, and many more. So in this video, let's start with the simple selectors. Well, so for the simple selectors, we have subcategories, and that is the element selector, and we also have the CSS class selector, and we have the ID selector. So under the element selector, the simple selector, let's start with element selector, and that one we have done it before. So let's try to revisit and then go over again to reinforce our knowledge. Because we are starting a new concept, I have created a folder called selectors, and that is simple selectors. So in there, I have one folder called element selectors. So under simple selectors, we have subtopics that we are going to discuss, and one of them is what you call the element selector. Okay, so depending how you want to structure your project or your concept, the choice is yours. So inside that, I have one index.html file and one CSS file with empty canvas, because we're going to write our CSS code here. But for the HTML, a simple semantic here, I only have one H1 element here called element selector. That is it. And I have underline here, HR to underline it. That is it. So this one tells you or lets you know the kind of topic that we are treating. So after that, I have H2, how to learn, P, and then a div. So let's see. So we have talked about the element selector before. So let's dive in details to talk about it. So the element selector selects HTML element based on the element name. So this is useful for targeting specific element on a page for styling and other modifications. So like I said, you've talked about this one before. So how can we select element to style? So the CSS properties and values we need to reference online. So if you go online and search for CSS properties, there are a lot of them. I'll provide a resource link to learn more about some of these CSS properties. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the element selector. So let's say that I want to style the how to learn CSS, give it a color of red. So like I said, we are just go over again. So this is what you call the element selector. Let's move slowly. So H1, is it H1? Yes, no, I don't have. I want to start at H2, so this one. So one more thing here is that, guys, the theme for this, which is night, or I don't like using with HTML. You see that I don't have that kind of, that colorful tags here, but the choice is yours, because we're not going to spend my time on HTML. Let's focus on the CSS part of it, which I really like about the color, how it looks like. So let's say I want to give it a color of, say, red, as we did before. You see, I want to target the H2. Yes, you see now I have that. And I also want to target the P. So you can play around with it. P tag, which is the, follow tutorials. And then let's say P tag 2. I want to have, let's say, a background color of, say, black. And let's say color on it. Let's say it's supposed to be white. And now I can use my box model. I can say padding around each is going to be 10 pixels. And now I have it as that. So this is what you call the element selector. So any element that you want to select, just select the element name and you're good to go. So what about the div tool? Let's go ahead and select a div also. Div like that. And let's say the background color of my div is going to be green. And let's say the color of the text is going to be white. And let's say I want to have pattern around it. Let's say it's going to be 20 pixels. Save it. And now I have it as that. That is beauty of the element selector, because for this one, we've done before. That's why I'm moving fast over here. The next video, we will talk about another element, another selector, which is called the class selector.